I'd like to welcome my guests, Becky Jameson, Director of Corporate Services Municipal Clerk from the Township of Scugog. Welcome, Becky.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for having me.
And Kalyan Chakravarthi is the CIO of Durham Region. Welcome, Kalyan.
Thank you, Jim.
So just to get level set with the audience, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do. So we'll start with Becky. Becky?
So as you mentioned, I'm the Director of Corporate Services and Clerk for the Township of Scugog. So I oversee all of our legislative services items here related to council and committees, our customer service, and then I also oversee information technology.
And Kalyan, what's a CIO do? He said the CIO asking you.
That's a very broad question. I feel like this is an interview question, but I'm the Chief Information Officer, so everything and anything related to technology and Durham Region, that's what I oversee, as well as I'm the project lead for our new customer experience enhancement project, what we call it as My Durham 311.
Which is what we're going to talk about. Now, this project has been described to me initially as a CRM project, but it's really a public portal for 311. Kalyan, can you just describe what the system is and what it does?
Yeah, so we started on this journey, I think 2 years back, where our first question, what we wanted to really look at is how can we enhance our customer experience? And how can we make our regional services accessible to our residents easily, whenever they want it, however they want it. So we looked at it from all, serving it in all channels. So one of the channels is definitely through phone. And so that is where with our 311 dialing is enabled in Durham Region and people can call 311. Now this portal, what we are talking about is a customer portal where they can raise those service requests, they can track those service requests, as well as get information.
Now, what's unusual about this system, and why I was really interested in it, is you have two levels of government sharing the same project. Becky, how did that come about?
It really just came out through discussions. We were in a position where we were looking to do our CRM, and it happened to be that the region of Durham was going down a very similar path at the same time. It's something that I'm not sure has ever been done, at least here in Ontario, where a lower tier municipality has joined into upper tier municipalities' CRM. So, through conversations, we were very fortunate that the region of Durham was supporting us through IT for a while here in Scugog. So we already had started to develop that partnership. And then this opportunity presented itself and we decided to give it a shot.
Kalyan, did you go into this with some trepidation? Did you think, wow, this is something that we could have problems?
Yes, we know the challenges that are going to be there. But I think the biggest part of this partnership was about that trust and respect for each other. That is what helped us to really go into this partnership and think about and say, hey, let's try to make this so that it is always thinking about our resident. It is putting that customers first rather than thinking about you are Scugog, we are the region, nothing like that, but looking at it and saying, how can we make it easy for our residents?
And Becky, how did you feel being the smaller municipality partner in this?
Not going to lie, there was a lot of stress there to begin with. A lot of people told me I was crazy. But when we weighed our pros and cons, it made the most sense for us. We have limited resources here at the township. And especially on an IT front. And we saw it as an opportunity and something that, hopefully in the futures, others will look to what the region has done and allowed us to be a part of as something that they want to strive to do in the future.
And spoiler alert, I think you guys are going to be successful. And just between us, what were the real challenges in there? Kalyan?
I think the biggest challenges has been the, and I hate to use this word, but the compromises are where we wanted to go in one direction, but as we have a partner, where you can't go into it, starting from branding. So where when a resident enters, where how does the resident differentiate between what is the regional part of it, and what is the local part of it, so that two different brandings where we have to really separate that out. So these are all these kind of small technical challenges where we would not have thought about if we are going along. But these are the things that came in for us to really take that initiative to say, come to that, have a discussion. And one thing we were sure was we always found a way. There has been moments where like in any project, like where you say that like, okay, what is happening? There is no solution. But one thing was sure, that like we were consistent in one thing, that like we always put in to say, we have to make this work.
As I said, as a citizen of somebody who lives in a very small municipality in a county, I have no idea which service comes from where, and I think that's also a big opportunity that you have to combine those things together. Did that enter into your mind, Becky? How did you feel about that?
Being able to provide something to our residents that they're not going to have to know whether it's Scugog or the region that's responsible for it, and they're going to be able to track all those service requests, Scugog and region service requests in one place, is a huge win. And I think that's really what sold us on this project, was the ability that from a resident standpoint, it's going to be so simple and easy for them to understand and see all their various service requests in one place.
And of course, working together, you can get more from your more bang from your buck in terms of budget, and be able to get things that you might not be able to otherwise accomplish. Isn't that another good benefit of this project?
That is a huge benefit for us. Being so small and such limited resources, we weren't going to be able to accomplish and do as much as we're going to be able to do. Essentially, by us being a part of the region's project, we're benefiting from all the enhancements they're making. So it's a long-term partnership and relationship in regards to the CRM. And I think we're going to see more opportunities for us to work together in years to come on various other projects.
And we've joked about it, but what would be your advice for people who are thinking about ways they can partner like this? Callian?
I think first thing that like I would say is like, it is not a regions project or a Scugog's project. It's just about like we are enhancing the customer service like of our residents. And the second part of it is like, there is no a bigger partner or a smaller partner. Like everybody is equal onto it, and have that eye on the prize. And like there will be roadblocks in that. But I think with so many smart minds, I am very, very confident that like if you really believe in it from your heart, you will definitely be able to find some solution. And there are some compromises that you have to make, and be ready for that, like, and don't give up on it. And the residents will appreciate it. And like, this is what the model can become, where we are all partnering with each other. Like, it is not about different forms of government, but it is all about like trying to serve that resident in the best possible way.
And as somebody who's been on the side of negotiating tables in IT discussions, I think there's an amazing thing. You two seem to have a lot of respect for each other. And how did that come about? Becky?
Honestly, I think it started prior to where I am today, where at my previous municipality, we needed some IT support, and I called up the region, and that's when the relationship partnership started. And just the trust. I know I can call KC if I have a question or concern, and he's going to take it seriously, and vice versa. And we work together. And I think it's just taken time to grow and develop. But from the get-go, that trust and respect has been there from the day I met KC. And that's one of the most important things. And not only KC, but his entire team at the region of Durham. They're always a phone call away. And I think that's been what's been so amazing to see.
And Callian, Becky's comment is you and your team. How did you build that trust and respect in the partnership?
It's about the change in the culture and our mindset, like to say that like where we are not two different entities, like although from a legal perspective, from a provincial perspective, everything, like we are two separate entities, but like at the end of the day, we are serving the same residents. So we are here to help each other out. And like, this is not just with Scugog, that's why I love the a broader Durham region part of it. Like from an IT, I want to call out like the other people who are not there in this call, whether it is Whitby, Ajax, Oshawa, everybody, right? Like where we all of us IT managers, like we all like IT leaders, we meet every Friday and we talk about what are the challenges that we are going in, because we are more similar than dissimilar.
This has been a fabulous discussion. I love to tell stories like this, and I'll remind all the viewers, if they hear of projects like this, send them to me. You can reach me on LinkedIn, email, or via the comments in any article on itworldcanada.com. And I want to thank my guest, Becky Jamieson.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you to Callian Chakravarthy, CIO Durham Region. Thank you, Callian.
Thank you, Jim.
And back to you, Fawn.